Hey folks, Chef Jesse here. Well, how are you? It's the end of the weekend or the start of the week, one or the other, whichever way you look at it. But anyway, today, folks, today we're having today's Sunday. I just said that, right? We're having steak. We're having New York strip steak, which comes from I was reading about it. Comes from a part of the cow that doesn't work. The cow doesn't use it too much, so it's kind of the meat is kind of tender, and all that scientific stuff. I'm not a vet, so. But this steak is good. I've had it before, and it is very good. So we're having steak. Oh God, that means my baked potato is ready. So I'm making a baked potato. I got some potato skins, and I got some asparagus. I'm gonna saute it in butter and garlic and some olive oil, and I'm gonna share the steaks on a cast iron skillet that I'm warming up now. I'm getting it nice and hot warm. And I'm using olive oil, I'm using butter, I'm using some garlic, and I'm using some thyme. Okay, and that's what's gonna give it the flavor. And okay, there you go. Now make sure my pan is hot. Okay. So these steaks, when you're working with steaks, some good steak, never pick them up with a fork. Use tongs, okay? And I'll show you why. Because let me bring the flame down in this a bit because we're getting too hot. Yeah, we start smoking a bit here. Okay, so I got my cast iron skillet ready. I got my two steaks. I'm going to show you how they look right now. Okay, they look pretty good. Okay, and I only seasoned this. I used sea salt, Himalayan pink sea salt, and pepper. That's all the ingredients I use for this. And it's been in the fridge for a little while, and I just took it out of the fridge, and now I'm about to share them in this cast iron skillet here. I'm waiting for it to get the right temperature, and then we should be good. Okay, so okay. So I got my baked potatoes already done. My asparagus is quick, and I'm gonna get my asparagus ready. These asparagus are too thin. Okay, this thing should be warm. There you go. Okay. I'm going to shear these steaks from side to side. I'm going to cook them about 4 minutes on each side. I'm going to swim them around and shear all the sides. And then I'm going to finish it off. When I cook it each side 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 more or less, I'm going to take it, the whole thing, and I'm going to put it in the oven and finish it off with a couple more minutes to finish it up. But you got to be careful. You can't overcook it, because when you overcook steak, you dry it out. And some people say, well, I can't eat steak with blood in it and anything. Well, that's the best way it tastes, with medium rare or rare, medium rare, whatever. But if you overcook a steak, you're gonna dry it out, and you're gonna be eating something that tastes like the bottom of your shoe. So you gotta be careful, and especially if you spend money on a good steak, you don't want to dry it out. So you gotta be careful, okay? So there is a science of cooking the steak, okay? So now the steaks are cooking. 3 minutes on each side. Then I'm going to flip on the sides. I'm going to shear it, and I'm going to show you how it's done in a few minutes. Okay. So I'm starting to shear the steaks. What I'm doing, I'm cooking them. I'm moving them around, and I'm cooking the edges, and then the rest will start cooking inward, and I'll show you how that's done. Okay. Oh, almost fell on me. There you go. What's going on here? Okay. There you go. Okay, so I'm cooking the sides. You can see that. Okay, you see that, and you just keep doing it. It's gonna cook from the edges inward. Okay. I know guys out there probably who do barbecues. They can say that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe I don't know. But this is the way I cook it. Okay. And again, make sure that you don't dry it out, because if not, it's gonna taste like a shoe. Okay, so there you go. You see the edge here is red? I'm going to turn that there, and I'm going to start just doing that. And I'm going to finish this off by putting it in the oven. Now the only thing I got in there, again, I got I put some butter in there, and in order for the butter not to burn, I put some olive oil, and I put some garlic and some thyme. You can see the thyme here, which releases flavor to the steak. Okay. I'm using tongs, never use a fork. If you use a fork, you know, you're gonna make a hole in it, and it's really no good for the meat. Okay. So these steaks are looking good, and they're pretty big steaks. When you really look at it, it's a lot of meat. They look small, but they, when you slice it up, you can have 2 people eat for this. Okay. So there's my asparagus over here cooking, and that looks like it's done. I got my baked potato in the oven. Okay, we gotta take it out. Hot potato. There we go. There you go. You see that nice charred look? That's what you're looking for. That's what we're looking for. So, make sure you get all this flavor in there, the garlic. Okay, that's how we want it to look. I know there's 1,000 ways to make a steak. People who are from different cities, states, might say, "Oh, that's not the way. I barbecue. I cook steaks. I'm from Texas. I know how to cook." Well, if you're from Texas, more power to you. You do know how to cook. Everything's big in Texas, right? But anyway, but this is the way Uncle Jesse cooks it, and it comes out okay. Comes out great. I mean, I shouldn't say. Okay. So, and I like that sizzling sound because it shows me that it's really cooking. Okay, so I don't want to dry it out, so that's why I keep moving it with the tongs. Never use a fork. You're gonna lose the juices. And you don't want to lose your juice, right? Okay, look at that. Okay, so this is cooking from the sides, and the inside should be nice and tender still. And then I'm gonna finish it off by putting it in the oven. I'm gonna put the oven about 350, and I'm gonna finish it off about maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Not even. I don't know. I don't want to overcook it. I'd rather have it a little bit rare than overcooked. But this is looking nice. I like this charred edge here. The fat, it had a nice piece of fat there. And this is what I'm cooking now. Okay. There's your thyme, garlic. I can do this. I can just pour some of this garlic and olive oil flavor in it just to keep it moist. Okay, there you go. Okay, man. Folks, you gotta have one of these things. Look it up on Amazon. You put it on the edge of the skillet there, so you can pick it up. It's made from leather. Real nice. Okay, so this is looking nice. I like the way it looks. I want to brown it a little bit more. And then my oven is ready at 350. And again, I'm going to put it in there to finish it off. Okay. So it's ready for the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven for maybe, like I said, less than 5 minutes. I just want to finish it off with the heat to get it in there. Okay. So I got my leather holder here, and I'm going to put this in the oven like so. Oh, and I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes at least. And it should be good. Okay, folks, so I just pulled it's been 3 minutes. I pulled my steaks out of, and look at them. Look at this steak. Okay, Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it sit there for about another 5 minutes because you got to let it. It's going to continue cooking. The skillet is hot. It's still cooking inside, and you know, I'm not going to serve it right away because then when you cut into it, all the juice flows out. So you got to let the meat cook itself and let the juices return inside and the whole, you know, the whole bit. The whole science of this. So I'm going to take. But dinner is done. Well, folks, dinner is done. I am about to serve this and take it to the table and see how it looks and see how it tastes. So, let me put this on the plate there. And you know, everything looks nice when it's on the plate. So, I'm going to ask you to join me at the table. So, folks, I'm at the table now, and I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to flip this camera and show you how it looks because it looks good, it smells good, and let me show you. So there goes the steak. This is a New York strip steak, baked potato, and some asparagus. There we go. And the steak looks pretty good. We'll see when we cut it open how it looks. I got the steak there, and I got some potato skins for myself, and it looks good. It really does. So folks, today I'm going to give you a bit of a treat. I usually shut my camera off, right? And I'm gonna taste this food in front of you and see how it tastes. So stay tuned. So as a special treat today, I'm still live on the camera, and I'm going to show you how this tastes in a second. Okay, folks, I'm going to taste it in a few seconds. I'm going to taste it. I cut it open already, and it's real nice and cooked. And it's got red in it because that's the way, you know, that's the way really you get the real flavor of beef. If you really dry it out, you lose the flavor, and you spend so much money on a good steak and you lose the flavor. So I cut it open already. I'm going to show you in a few minutes. It's red inside. It looks like roast beef. It looks like roast beef, and that's why you can't eat dry roast beef, huh? Have you ever seen a roast beef well done? No way. So anyway, I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut it here. It looks good. And I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm gonna taste it in a few minutes along with you. And then, okay. So I know some people who can't eat red, you know, like real red. I'm actually starting to get used to it. So let me show you how it looks. You got the redness, see? So the edges are cooked, and there's still redness in the middle. And some of you might say, "Oh, what the hell is he eating?" This is the way you eat steak. So let's taste it. It's amazing, folks. It's nice and juicy. The spices, you can taste the salt, the pepper, the thyme, the garlic in there. It's cooked perfect. You know, this is a big piece of steak. I think if I would have cooked it more, it would really lose the flavor. So you have to eat it like roast beef, and it tastes good. Very tender. It's delicious. You should come over and try it. If you don't like it, yes, I'll cook it well done for you, but you'll lose the flavor. So Gilbert's joining me at the table now. This is very rare. You never see us eating, right? We end the show at the end, but today we're going to show you how the steak is tasting. Now, I cooked it, and I'm saying that it's good. We got to see what Gilbert says. Watch him cut the steak.
I know how to cut the steak. Nice red, medium rare. That's how I like it. Juicy, succulent, mouth-watering. As soon as you, God.
It really tastes like beef. If you're eating a steak, you want beef, right? So, folks,
Very good.
it's good. It is a good cut of steak. I haven't eaten that much New York strip steak, but I think this is the steak that I like. It's from all I tried all the sirloin steak and all kind of steaks I've tried, but this is I think is the it's one of my favorites. It's good. It's just amazing. Anyway, folks, with that said, now I'm gonna shut the camera off and we gotta eat, right? So anyway, folks, tomorrow starts another week. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay away.
Wear your mask.
People unfortunately are dying. You know, last week I lost a friend and I lost a cousin, and today I got the news that another friend of mine died last night. So you gotta be careful. You know, that's three losses, and I've lost some more. I lost in the police department. I lost a sergeant that worked with me, and you know, we gotta be careful. This is not over. There's a vaccine out there. There's not enough of it, but there's a vaccine coming, and there are better days ahead. And I'm predicting that maybe by next year we'll be back to normal. We still have to struggle through this year. You know, things ain't gonna pop up, and nobody is gonna work miracles. I think by next year we should be getting back. It's gonna take a long time, the economy, the bounce back, the restaurants and stuff. But I think by next year we could say that we're good. So stay safe.
Stay safe.
See you guys tomorrow.